Hello po and welcome to my channel. And yeah, it never gets easy. By the way, have you followed, have you liked, have you subscribed, have you commented on my videos? Anyway, that's not a mandatory thing, but it would really help me. Thank you for those who did. What I will put in is all our experience. So I have a 4-year-old child who didn't went to school yet at the moment when we processed the visa, and when they came in here, she was accompanied by my husband. Some bring their child dependent with a grandma, a grandpa, or any relative or whoever. I'm sorry, again, I couldn't help those kinds of situation. I'm just here to do the step-by-step guide in filling out the dependent child visa. That is not complicated. There's a page that I've also been following even up to now. There are a lot of the same situation that is a little bit more complicated than what I have experienced, what we have experienced. So I believe you must contact them, you must ask for their help rather than do what I am doing, because we have different situations. Okay, paying it forward through this video for those who really need an ASAP step by step, or just to make sure to review your answers if it's the same. So these answers I have written is what I have submitted, and gladly we were granted a visa smoothly. Okay, so let's start. Again, go to the website that I have put in the description box down below this channel. Type in the child dependent visa PBS including student, so click that in. The same as with the adult, you have to click in where you are gonna take the biometrics. We're currently living in the Philippines, so we put in the Philippines. That is where they will take the biometrics. So wherever you are, that's what you will put in, or if where you will take your biometrics, that's the country you will put it in, saying that you have checked everything that is available since pandemic, blah blah blah. So yep, that's, and scroll it down at the bottom and there's an apply now. Just click that in. So it's somehow the same with the dependent visa, the partner or the adult one. So register an email, type that in, your password, save and continue. So it's up to you which email address you would want to type in. So what is the name of the person you will travel to the UK with or join in the UK? So this would be the sponsor. So type in the sponsor. Just think that it's Juan de la Cruz. That will be the sponsor. Let's type that in. So going back, it says who you will travel with to the UK or join in the UK, because some of the sponsor travel the same time with their dependent. So in my case, join in the UK is the situation that is applicable to us because I was here beforehand. But as long as this information is the sponsor's information, the sponsor's nationality, put that in. So if you're Filipino, Malaysian, Singaporean, etc., type that in, and then the date of birth of the sponsor. Okay, so passport details. Do you know? Of course you have to know that one. So yes. When are you and Juan de la Cruz traveling to the UK? So we are not traveling together in our case, as again I am here first before my dependents came. So we will click I am traveling after Juan de la Cruz, my sponsor. Which visa is Juan de la Cruz applying for or been granted? So in my COS, you have that certificate of sponsorship given from your employer. You have to know which category you are in. For me, it was still skilled worker, so I will put in skilled worker visa. So others have tier 2 and things like that. So whatever is written in your certificate of sponsorship, that's the one you have to type in. You'd always choose the VAF number because it's easier to type in. That's the reason, but it's up to you. It's your choice. So it is located in the sponsor's VisionNet. It's in the upper right hand, just below the valid until. So that's the VAF number. Application status. Does Juan de la Cruz or the sponsor have their skilled worker visa immigration permission? Which is yes, I already have. For some cases, since some of you will travel with your child together, so there are situations that you will answer a no since you may not have a skilled worker visa yet. But in my case, I would answer yes because I've been here for quite a long time before my dependent came. So my answer is yes. So it's up to your situation, okay? So you don't have to follow mine if it's not that one. So I'll answer yes. Sponsor license number. So because if you will answer yes with that, you should have your COS, there is a written portion where you would type in your sponsor license number. So if you answered no because you haven't received your COS, so maybe there's another question afterwards. But for me, I've answered yes because I can provide a sponsor license number. Has Juan de la Cruz been informed that they are eligible for a health and care visa? Which is yes, we are eligible. I am eligible. I think most of us are eligible. So check on that on your employer. But what I know is we are eligible because we're in a healthcare setting. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not an expert. I'm just going through all what I have answered. So I'll answer yes, yes. So next, are we in a shortage occupations as nurses? Yes, we are. Do you have a certificate of sponsorship reference number for Juan de la Cruz or for your sponsor? Yes, the answer is yes because we have it. Type that in, blah, blah, blah. Then length of certificate of sponsorship. Mine is just 3 years, so there are only 2 options, less than 3 or less, more than 3 years. So I will fall in the 3 years or less. So I'll put that in. Next, Juan de la Cruz sponsor agreed to certify your maintenance. I've shown there where you could exactly find it in your COS. It's in the last remaining bits in your COS. So if it says yes or if it is ticked there, then yes is your answer for the maintenance. So ours is a yes, so we'll put a yes in that. Then it will give you a page where you will check all your information, blah blah. The bottom, you'll just have to press continue, and then contacting you by email. So what I did, I just used my own personal email for my daughter, so it's easy for me to monitor as well. The most convenient is the best choice. Who does this email belong to? So I just said you because again, I have always mentioned in the other video that I don't want to complicate too much. So next, additional email. I just said no because I don't want to complicate things again. Your telephone number. This one, I entered my UK number just because that's the most active number that I have. So if they need something from my daughter's visa update or anything, they would just contact my UK number. So anyway, it will tell you if it's for use wills in the UK, etc. So yes, I tick those things. So enter your name as shown on your passport or travel document. So this one is already the child's details. I will just put in my child's name in there, or the one that is registered in the passport. So there must not be any difference with that. So type in carefully. So let's just say baby girl de la Cruz. That's it. Save and continue. Any other names? No. Don't complicate too much unless you really have any other name. Your sex and relationship status, so female. Your relationship status, single, of course. I'm just gonna have to type in single. Your address. So what I type in the address is the address my daughter currently was living back then. So is this the address also your correspondence address? So I just tick yes, because if ever they needed to contact anything about application or they needed to email something, they would receive it back in the Philippines and not to me. So because if they would send to me and then I have to send it back, so you know, again, it's gonna be complicated. So just type in yes, but it's up to you. I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong, because there are other situations that I am not aware of, and this might matter in your application process, but for us, this didn't matter. This is just a guide, but this is not 100% sure for your case. So I'm just helping, but I may not be correct as well. So do have a lot of sources, because that's what I did as well. I have a lot of sources. I've been doing this like once every off. I have to review everything, and then I have to go to the FB page that I have followed, type in those things that I am again confused of, and then compare all those answers that will apply to me. So that's what I did. So you do that as well, so you will be sure with your processing. About this property, so I just type in how many years when my baby was born. So I just type in there that she's been there for 4 years, the day when she was born until the day she's applying the visa. The ownership, well, in my case, we don't own it, we don't rent it as well. So I just put in other, and then ancestral house. That's our case. Your passport. So again, this is the child's information. So just type in the passport number, issuing authority where the passport of your child was issued. It's in Manila, in Visayas, Cebu, or in Negros, Dumaguete, or whichever part of the Philippines. Or if you're not in the Philippines, so which country and place it was issued. Let's enter the date, issue date, expiry date. Okay, your identity card. So as my daughter, no, your nationality, country, and date of birth. So what's the nationality of your child, you know, those, where your child was born, country and place, just type that in, and when was your child born, so you know that. Okay, next, your other nationalities. So we don't want to complicate our lives. So maybe for those that was born somewhere and has another nationality, I'm not so sure how is the next questions. But for me, again, it's just simple, not complicated process. So no other nationality or citizenship. Juan de la Cruz relationship to you. So the sponsor's relationship to you. As for this example, because Juan de la Cruz is a male, so I will put in father. So independent life. So have you formed an independent family unit or anything? So gladly, my 3 or 4 years old didn't have any independent family. travel information. As I have mentioned in the last video regarding the partner dependent visa, if they're becoming together, you have to type in the same thing, okay? As mentioned there as well, as early as you can, if you are really eager and you have the budget, if the visa will be released as early as you want, and put in the earliest date that you want them to be in here. But remember, visa is only valid like more or less than 3 months. So make sure if you have typed in that date, you really have a plan to let them fly within 3 months. Spoken language, so just English, because we understand English. My daughter understands English as well, so just gonna have to put in English. People financially dependent on you, which is no one. So baby girl de la Cruz school, this is what I'm saying, that my daughter was not in school at the time, so I would answer no. So I don't know if you tick yes, I don't know what comes out, maybe the grade or the level, I'm not so sure. Do tell me if you know, so that some who is also viewing my video would also know if what they will put in, if the answer is yes. By the way, I'm gonna teach you also how to register your child in school, so that's gonna be in my next video. Watch out. If I have the time and inspiration, if you would comment it down that you want to know that, then I would gladly do it, because I'll be inspired that someone is learning from my video. Give details about another parent. So since Juan de la Cruz is my example, is the father, I'll give the second detail of the parent, which is the mother. Who is the parent or legal guardian? So what I type in here, as a suggestion, because I think I have typed in two, you can tick Juan de la Cruz and Juana de la Cruz in this portion. But just to make sure, because I'm not so sure where I have ticked it, where in the BRP letter of your child, it will show who will be the legal guardian that can pick up along with your child's BRP. So what it was written in ours was me, but I already have got my BRP ID, because I said I was here before they came. I cannot just pick it up along together with my husband's and my child. I would suggest you to put in here is the one who would be with your child, who will pick up their BRP ID. So in my case, it should have been my husband as the legal guardian, because I ticked in two and it showed in the BRP only one, which is my name. So I don't know which area did I type in my name, that I am the sole guardian, that etc. So when we pick up their BRP, my child's BRP ID wasn't picked up, because I have to sign an authorization something, because I'm not picking up my BRP. You get my point? If the legal parent is picking up their BRP, then they could pick it up the same with the child. But if the one parent is not picking up their BRP, they have to sign like an authorization letter or email, which also is just in the BRP website in the gov.uk. So that was what happened. So I suggest whoever is the parent that is traveling the same time with your child, that is what you will just stick in. This is what I have suggested with my brother-in-law. That's what I suggested to him, that just stick in whatever is the legal parent, legal sole, blah blah blah. your name rather than your wife's, because your wife already here and she has already claimed her BRP. So it's gonna take another few weeks again to process your claiming of BRP of your child. So that's what he did, and it was what it was. You're not so sure of what I did, and you're not so 100% sure that, and it might matter in your application, and you want to tick to, it's okay. My brother-in-law's situation is that stick in his name as the sole parent or legal guardian for the child, so it didn't matter. They have been approved in 15 days anyway. That's it. Another parent or legal guardians. So I just tick no in that parental responsibility baby girl. So this again, I would just put in parent that's gonna travel along with the child. A family who live in the UK. So do you have any family in the UK apart from the sponsor? Which is no, we don't have. So just put in no. Will you be traveling to the UK as part of organized group? No. Traveling someone who is not the partner, spouse, or dependent? No. Where will you stay in the UK? Do you know where? Yes, we know. So I have mentioned again, in this situation, what address would I put in, especially if I haven't found any place to stay that is for my family. I just put in my current address when we were applying this one, and you will just explain that in a box, that any explanations that you want. I've mentioned this in the last video as well, so if you want to know what I have typed in there, just browse in that video, the dependent partner video. Mentioned how I have explained the housing situation. Be staying in the UK, anywhere else in the UK, which is no. Have you been in the UK in the past 10 years? No as well. Have you been in the UK in the past 10 years? No. And this countries? No. So I'm glad that my baby didn't travel anywhere else, so it's easy to answer all of these. World travel history, so no again. But if you have, you just have to declare. I think it wouldn't really matter so much. So this is the part where I told you if you needed to add more information about your application. So this is the time you would explain your housing situation. After that, it will show again your answers. If you would review it, make sure everything is correct, and continue. So documents, just tick those, birth certificate, etc., and the TBIOM. So yeah, your child still have to do a TBIOM certificate. So conditions, blah 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 blah. I confirm, understand. Do read those situations, okay? I'm just running down everything. So declaration one, since I am the parent, I will just stick in I am the parent. What capacity are you representing the applicant? So a family member, because I am family. So how are you related to Juan de la Cruz? So how are you related to the sponsors? The wife. What's your relationship of the sponsor? So third party declaration. So wife, declare your name and etc., telephone number, blah blah blah. Type in everything. All right, I just missed those other things. Complete it, please. And then save it. Are you relying on evidence from someone else to prove your financial circumstance? Which is no. So check your answers, and then continue, and that's it. You have to decide where you would want to get the BRP of your child as well. So again, it's the same in the dependent partner. So it's up to you if you want to collect it somewhere, but I just collected it from a UK post office that is near us. So they would ask you to type in your postal code or postcode of your sponsor. So that will be easier for me, and at least you can just, you know, when you after 10 days you can go somewhere and enjoy the day off. This is the visa fee, so your decision will be in within 15 working days after the biometrics. And save and continue. So if you would really want to pay now, it will lead you to an option to continue to world pay, but make sure every information is 101% sure, because once you will pay it, you will not be able to return and edit your application. Or if you would, it would take another long way. You would contact this and that, which gladly we haven't experienced, because I was really 199% sure of our application. Because again, I don't want to complicate so much. So I'd rather be sure. I'd rather took long time in checking my answers over and over again, day by day, until I've decided that there's nothing to change anymore. So I paid and prayed to God very humbly, because you will never know, right? Even though how 100% sure you are, it's still God's decision if your application is good or not yet. Okay, so that's all, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Of course not, because my videos are always boring, never been fun. But I hope I have given you some insights, and I've helped you even just a little bit in your online application. So if this video have helped you, please subscribe. I'm not begging. Please comment if it has helped you. It makes me happy, because I know it's not easy to watch a boring video, but at least I would be happy that you have gained some insights and informations that helped you in your application, or it made it a little bit easier, or it cleared up something. So thank you for those who commented good feedbacks. And if you also would like to share me, it's not mandatory again, but I will not share my video because I'm shy. But if you would share it, I'll be happy. And then like it, and then watch it over and over again. Thank you so much. And again, this is your Mrs. Felina Capulso, trying to pay it forward. Bye. Have a nice new year, and see you soon in the UK.